Welcome to Just Your Average Culture Cast, or
Culture!
Cult Culture, or whatever.
Today, we're going
We're
to
going to be talking about
how Hollywood
doesn't have
personality anymore.
But yeah, a little sloppy. That wasn't planned. That was beautiful. Me and Chad were just sitting here drinking a couple beers, playing some fucking Castle Crashers, and we just started talking about how, like, you know, you have Stallone, you have Schwarzenegger, you have
Our Lord and Savior, Nicolas Cage.
you have, I'm trying to think of females. You have,
we have Jean-Claude Van
Sigourney
Damme.
Weaver. You have
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
no, I'm trying to think of females. Balance it out. Sigourney Weaver. You have Vivica A. Fox.
Ooh.
She was like, God, how do I say this without sounding racist?
She's
She was the
African American woman that's in American Horror Story now.
Is she? I don't know. She
think
was
so.
the love interest in Malibu's Most Wanted. Yeah, that movie sucked. But you know what I'm talking about now?
No.
She plays in like the Medea movies and stuff like. Anyway, she's like.
Alright, we're not trying to cater to anybody. We're going to talk about all the men we love from the 80s and 90s.
Not just men. Sigourney's badass as shit.
Yeah.
Alien.
What else?
It doesn't matter. That's all you need. But anyway, we're gonna talk about how Hollywood nowadays doesn't have personality. And I mean, a lot of people are gonna like point to old Hollywood, and I'm not the. I know a little bit about old Hollywood. I don't know a lot. I know you had like the Rat Pack, which was all those '80s teen stars, and again, personality. You had Marlon Brando all the way back in the '50s. Personality, you know.
Yeah,
but you
like
get to
Frank
modern
Sinatra and all that
Frank
stuff in those
Sinatra,
movies and
yeah.
everything. But we're going to be more focusing on like 80s, 90s
stuff
like,
we grew up.
Yeah.
See, that makes us sound biased as shit.
well, who gives a shit? It's our fucking show.
Yeah. So like, my favorite actor of all time, undisputed. Like,
This is something we can actually agree on.
everything he's in instantly becomes good, even if it's a bad movie. Nicolas motherfucking Cage.
Nick Cage is one of those actors where like if you have a movie, you have a script. It could be the shittiest script,
But
but you
gonna,
put Nicolas Cage in
he's
it.
gonna act the fucking hell out of
Like
it.
this guy goes 0 to 100 like that.
And it's not just like 0 to screaming, it's 0 to laughing, it's 0 to crying, it's
Yeah.
0 to angry.
Like we were talking about, like I guarantee you, if he was ever to play the Joker, it would
He
be
would
amazing.
nail if he played
Like,
Batman.
have you ever heard him play the laugh in a movie? He
Yeah.
could definitely do the Joker laugh.
Dude, he could play Batman. He could play anyone.
He was supposed to play Superman. I don't think he would have been a good Superman.
He would have been a good mullet 90s Superman.
He would have been a good Injustice Superman.
Yeah, he would play an amazing evil Superman.
Yeah.
I saw this movie. It came out in 2018, and like, it's like Soylent Green meets Climate Crisis, and he's just playing like a dejected guy who's trying to smuggle a kid across the Canadian border, and it's like this bullshit, boring fucking movie. But every scene Nick Cage is in, he's fucking chewing the scenery. He's fucking acting as God. He's like Will Shatner, but not without the Shatner-esque cadence.
Not the monotoneness.
But Will Shatner knows how to chew a scene. He walks in, he picks something up, he examines it, he sits down, he adjusts his clothes.
It's like
he
they
seems
know how to
human.
make you want to focus on them.
And it's not like a hey, look at me kind of focus.
No,
it's
just
like a
good.
it's like it's very human.
Yeah.
Whereas like I saw Mother with Jennifer Lawrence, and I liked the movie, but anytime J-Law was the only character on screen, it was just like because she would walk into a room and go,
So that's the thing, like,
and that's it.
Jennifer Lawrence is weird, because I really liked her in Silver Linings Playbook. You haven't seen that, right?
I haven't seen it.
She was really good in that. She was good in fucking that. A lot of people don't like the Chris Pratt movie, Passengers. But I thought that was a decent movie. But Chris Pratt's one of those people that they're trying to like choke out there to be like, he's a personality. But
because he was a personality. In Parks and Rec, he was like this
But now
great
he's trying to do like the whole...
action man.
Yeah.
The problem...
Like he's only going to be Star-Lord now.
They're trying to turn him into Arnold, whereas Arnold started off as action man and then transitioned into comedy.
Yeah.
But it turns out the reason Arnold's transition into comedy was
he's
so
funny.
fluid is because he's actually like really fucking
A
funny.
lot of like the jokes you'll see in old honor movies.
A lot of his one-liners are ad-lib.
Yeah.
Like, I want to say probably 70% of his
He's just a
one-liner.
funny fucking guy. He's like
And-
actually a smart guy. He's the governor.
He knew,
Like make a joke about him being the governor, but he was the governor.
he was a Republican governor in California.
Yeah.
Go figure. You know? But yeah, he had like great comedic timing and he knew how to film a movie and it was good. Whereas you got like people like Chris Pratt who are amazing comedic actors. Parks and Rec, his characters, next to Nick Offerman, his character is my fucking favorite.
Yeah.
And I don't like that show Parks and Rec, but I'll watch it for Chris Pratt.
But the thing about a lot of new actors is you can't see them going down years, like 20 years
No,
down the line.
you see
and
no
us remembering them.
longevity. I mean, I guess, and again, I got a boner for him, so I'm gonna mention it.
The Rock.
No, I mean, who doesn't love The Rock? The Rock will be around as long as The Rock keeps making shit.
I feel like The Rock is the only actor out there now that is the definitive like
Straight.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, but he's not even as, like...
Because he could play anything. Like, fucking, what could be cool? He was playing like a gay...
I don't think he could ever play a villain.
He's playing Black Adam, so we'll see.
But Black Adam...
They're gonna make him an anti-hero.
Well, Black Adam's always been an anti-hero. He's always been Kahndaq first, I love my wife ISIS, and then
And he tries to
once
save his world.
once Kahndaq is gone and ISIS is gone, he's like, well, I'm gonna be a villain for a little bit, and then Shazam's like, yo, we're both magic, let's fix this. And then he's like, you're right, let's fix this. Like, he signs up with the Legion of Doom because he, I guess, falls victim to Lex Luthor's charm, but as he runs his own nation, he does his own things, he helps the Justice League when the Justice League needs help, he fucks with the Justice League when he needs to fuck with the Justice League.
Yeah.
Again, the movie has no idea what I just talked about. You know, like, the movie,
Hopefully they do.
the people writing the movie are like, what? Anti-hero? No, he's just a villain, but wink, he kills bad. You know, it's just like, fuck you. Anyway, back to, what I was gonna say was Robert Pattinson is, I've watched a lot of his movies since he quit Twilight.
I'm getting so mad about all the stuff he keeps saying about Batman.
I'm okay with that. Dude, remember? Alright, have you ever seen a Twilight?
Yeah.
Dude, best movie ever, right? Oh my god, wasn't his acting in it amazing?
He was phoning then, you know that.
Now you see why he's going, I swear to god, if Batman gets as popular as Twilight.
No, but he's like, I hope Batman doesn't become like Twilight fame. And I'm like, what the fuck would you sign up to be Batman for?
No!
I know you're in your head of being like, I hope it's good enough that they're not like guilting me.
What it is he doesn't want a cult status.
Well, it's Batman. Look at Batfleck.
But here's the thing, okay? Are there people having festivals every year to worship Batman?
I will.
Because there's a festival in Fork,
It's so
Washington.
gross.
Fork, Washington, where everyone who loves Twilight shows up, meets up, has breakfast, cosplays, and it's just for Twilight.
Look, I used to hate it so much that Barbara Kinley's just have like a stand-up of Edwin Cohen.
And you know what's the best part? Is Edwin Cohen. One of the Cohen brothers. He's just the younger one. It's Edward Cohen. He used to hate it so... Like, you talk to him in his fucking interviews, and he brings up, he was like, I fucking hated playing this boring, bitchy, annoying character. And then you watch some of his other movies, where he plays, like, characters with depth, and he kind of nails it. And I can see why, because Batman is such an easy character to do an archetype of, you know what I'm saying? It's very easy to do surface level Batman and appease to everyone and start a cult, like Edward Cullen. Where he's going, dude, I hope I just play Batman well enough that people go, you were a good Batman.
I don't like the whole where he's like going in these interviews being like, Batman's not a superhero.
He's not.
Yeah, but don't just fucking play the role. Don't fucking feed into all this bullshit.
I think he's doing it as a direct response to Marvel, where Marvel is trying to sell us as Hulk as a hero, but if you've read any Hulk comics, he's not a fucking hero. He's a guy dealing with fucking a monster. And then they separated Bruce and Hulk and gave it to Amadeus Cho and just completely ruined the storyline. But whatever, right, Marvel? You guys are nailing those comic books. You guys are fucking nailing the comic books. But anyway, I just think I am optimistic about Robert Pattinson.
So I think he's one of the only. Yeah, but he seems to be going more of the indie route, where he's not going to try to like. The problem with back in the day is you had Arnold, you had Sylvester Stallone,
you had big muscle men.
Bruce Willis, and even Bruce Willis wasn't a big muscle man.
But he was still a muscle manly man.
But they all became like household names.
Yeah.
I don't think Robert Pattinson will ever be, unless Batman just takes off and he ends up doing more roles like that.
Well, that's what I saw Good Time, and that was amazing. I saw High Time, and it was basically a porno, but I still liked it.
6 times.
High Time is like, it's him alone on a spaceship with a baby, and then it cuts to flashbacks, and it turns out they're all death row inmates who got sent into space to see if it was viable to conceive a child in space. So there's lots of rape and murder, and a woman fucking a dildo chair for like 20 minutes, and you're like, huh? And then it goes back to Robert Pattinson, and you're like, oh, thank God. You know? It was a really weird movie. Every scene with Robert was amazing. Every other scene was like... Again, I think Robert Pattinson is playing it coy, but I think he has the possibility of becoming a Christian Bale.
Yeah. I see him more as a Christian Bale than anything.
Not quite a Daniel Day-Lewis, but a Christian Bale.
Daniel Day-Lewis is...
Daniel Day-Lewis was method and amazing.
Yeah.
Can you name a bad Daniel Day-Lewis movie?
Lincoln.
You didn't like Lincoln?
I only watched the first half hour. I watched it when I was in the hospital. I'm like, this is too boring. I need something to lift me up.
Lincoln is all about how Abe Lincoln commit treason to end the Civil War. It's all about him being a scumbag and like using lobbyists and like mafiosa people to get people to vote against secession. And then the South secedes anyway, so he does dirty military tactics to win. And it's like, that's our hero. But at the same time, like, he kept the Union together, so you can't get mad.
I don't know. But out of all those old actors, who are your favorite?
Old school?
Like top 5. 80s, 90s actors.
Well, Arnold's my number 1. Nick Cage count as 80s, 90s?
Early 2000s too. But yeah, Nick Cage was in the 80s, 90s.
Okay, so Nick Cage, Arnold. Nick Cage, Arnold. Ooh, Rudy Ray Moore from Dolomite. He's one of my favorites. Petey Wheatgrass. Avenging Disco Godfather. They're just like, he was an actor who was getting shot out of Hollywood, and he had just made enough money to make his own movie, and he made it exactly the way he wants it, and it's beautiful and terrible and amazing. It's perfect. Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Who's the guy who played Dr. Grant? Why do I always forget his name? Sam Neill.
Oh, Sam Neill's cool.
Sam Neill's, that one where he does the Lovecraft thing, not Event Horizon, the one where he's like...
Event Horizon was really good, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's not good anymore, but when you saw it originally, it was great. The second half kind of teeters off.
It just goes bananas.
But it doesn't go bananas enough. It goes bananas for its timeline. Nowadays, we're used to fucking, like, Saving Private Ryan levels of violence, where they're starring... Tom Hanks is another one of my favorites. Dude, he's in that new, Mr. Rogers movie.
Have you seen it?
Not yet. But apparently it's fucking amazing.
I heard he's not even like the main focus of the movie either. It's about a reporter or something. That...
Interviewing Tom, which is gay as shit. I would rather just watch a Tom Hanks fucking...
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know what's more interesting than Mr. Rogers? The guy who interviewed him. No, Mr. Rogers is more interesting.
I don't know. I love, obviously, Nick Cage, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Keanu Reeves.
Keanu's probably counts as 80s, 90s because of Bill and Ted.
He's my favorite. Keanu Reeves is definitely my favorite. Every movie he's in, I enjoy.
And he's the nicest dude in the world.
Yeah, dude. He just looks like a fucking dude. Like, he does, like, all his money, he probably just has piled up, because he doesn't...
Well...
He spends on, like, motorcycles.
Everyone knows this at this point, but you know he spent, like, 90% of the money...
Matrix.
On the Matrix.
Yeah.
Well, the first Matrix, 90% of it went to leukemia, right? Because that's what his sister died of. And
yeah, but even with the Matrix, he funded most of the Matrix.
Because they didn't have enough money to pay the graphic animators and the stuntmen. So when it came Christmas time, he gave like the directors and producers like a little gift bag, but he gave every stuntman and animated guy at least like a couple $1,000.
So
like
cool.
Every single one of them. He was like, "Look, I know you're losing money working this movie, but here you go."
I definitely think Keanu Reeves is probably the best actor in Hollywood right now.
Actor, like in terms
of just like person.
Okay, best person.
Yeah.
Him and Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix is great.
He's aloof as shit, which leads me to believe he's a good person.
Yeah. He's just, I feel like he's just a normal dude that's really good at acting.
Have you ever seen his Brother Bear interview?
No.
So he played a character in Brother Bear. I can't remember. It's a movie about a Native American kid whose older brother gets turned into a bear, and they have to do something by the end of the movie for him to turn back into normal. And so he's having an interview, and this woman is just sucking his dick. This is the best movie ever. It's the most emotional movie ever. I cried. It's the best story. It has the best characters. It has the best plot. It has the best messages. And then he turns to her, and he goes, when was the last time you cried for real?
Oh, I've seen that.
Yep. And she goes, and he goes, this interview's over. And it was just like, Joaquin was just a straight up dude. Like,
dude, he doesn't want to be like bullshitted, which is the coolest thing. And that's like Keanu Reeves when he was at like when his flight got delayed. He just like took a fucking
van with a bunch of people and paid for their, because he was like, hey, we're all in this together. And then you got people like JYA who are dicks to the press. Remember when she was mean to that guy who was using translator to ask a question, and then she was like, well, maybe if you thought about your question before asking it, and he went, I'm sorry, I'm using translator. And she went, figures, or something to that effect. And it's just like, cunt? Cunt. You know, like, you're a cunt. Straight up.
Yeah.
Or Captain Marvel. She's a huge cunt. Robert Downey Jr. turned it around, but he used to break into people's houses and sleep with their kids. Not like sex, but he like broke into a house and slept next to a child. You didn't hear about that? Robert Downey.
I don't know how true that is.
There's police reports. So it's fucking true. You can't forge a police report because then that starts a whole bunch of shit.
You sure it's not a 4chan thing?
No, that's real. My parents talk about it.
Really?
Yeah. They were like, I'm so glad that Robert Downey Jr. turned it around and became the Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Puerto Rican Iron Man.
The whole Brie Larson thing is, I think she just got her head so far up her ass.
She used to be a mediocre Avril Lavigne knockoff. Now she's a feminist icon.
I don't know, Scott Pilgrim was being like, she's super hot.
Who did she play, Ramona?
No, she was the bad girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend.
I don't remember those movies.
The main girl was super hot. Now she's in that fucking Birds of Prey.
What I never got with Scott Pilgrim is he had that Asian chick who wanted his dick.
In the alternate ending, he stayed with the Asian chick. Or the real ending, I can't remember.
It's like, just stay with the Asian. Dyed hair is a sign of trouble. Stay away from women that dye their hair.
Well, the whole premise of that movie is like, don't try to go with the love that you have instead of trying to be like. But anyway, we're going way too far.
Don't try, just settle.
Wait,
that's the.
How do you feel, Sylvester?
I think he started off pretty good. Rocky.
The Italian Stallion.
Yeah, I love the first Rocky movie. It's actually a really.
He was actually a porn guy. The Italian Stallion.
Yeah, whatever. But the original Rocky movie is fucking like it's really good. I mean, nowadays I watched it with this SJ Dub chick. And she was like, Rocky's autistic and she's a rape victim and it's gross that he's forcing her to kiss him. And I was like, okay, you're looking at it with your fucking lens. You don't actually see what's happening. It's two shy people connecting. Oops. But anyway, then he did the Expendables. And the first Expendables, I was like, this is funny. This is great for what it is.
To be fair, I love Jean-Claude Van Damme in the Expendables.
That's what I'm saying. Like
that was like the second or third one, though.
I've seen them all, yeah. But the first Expendables, the scene where Terry Crews is sitting in the plane, and the guy's like, what kind of shotgun shells are those? And he goes, nuclear tipped. So in other words, he's shooting small nukes. I was like, best movie ever. And then there's the scene where he's just walking down the hallway, just...
See, the whole point of those movies, I feel, is
it was just a jerk off to the 80s, and I loved it.
And Jean-Claude Van Damme was the best villain in those movies.
But then...
And I call bullshit on Sylvester Stallone ever being able to defeat Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I don't know.
Dude, Jean-Claude Van Damme, I don't care what anybody says.
He used to be a tough... He used to beat the shit out of people all the time.
But you watch JCVD...
But is he as big and sinewy and tough as Sly?
I think that's the whole thing. Like,
now keep in mind, the boxing in Rocky looked so real because Sylvester Stallone spent time learning to box. So Sylvester Stallone, like, he might not know like Taekwondo like JCVD, but he can take a kick to the face and just keep going.
I feel like he might have the idiot strength.
He also, half of his face is stroked out.
Yeah.
So it's like, you only gotta hit him in the left, because if you hit him in the right, he's not gonna fucking feel it.
Were you a Jean-Claude fan?
I love Jean-Claude. Bloodsport is one of my favorite movies.
Fucking Universal Soldier, Kickboxer.
Bloodsport's the best.
Universal Soldier's so good.
It's okay, but
especially the second one when you get Goldberg in there.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say. Maybe I don't like Jean-Claude Van Damme that much. I just love Bloodsport.
Bloodsport's really good. I feel it's bad that whole movie's just a sham and the guy lied about everything.
Yeah. But
it's a great movie.
All the people they brought in to fight in that movie are all masters in their discipline. The guy doing monkey style is a legit monkey style master.
See, Jean-Claude Van Damme and Jackie Chan were my two favorites growing up.
Don't even. Jackie Chan is...
Rumble in the Bronx.
Okay, so we have tiers. Like, okay tier is like Bruce Willis and like...
Yeah, Bruce Willis, he had like a few good movies, but 95% of his movies are trash.
Yeah, name some other like mediocre action stars.
Fucking, who's that douchebag who became like a cop?
Oh.
I hate him.
Oh, he's an Aikido master.
Yeah,
he's
he
such
sucks.
A douche. Why am I forgetting his name? He eats that carrot.
Yeah, he sucks. Hot take here. Fucking Chuck Norris sucks.
Have you ever seen Invasion USA?
No.
It's a pretty good B movie, but I'll put him in the mediocre. I will put him in the mediocre.
Because he had... What's the fucking Bruce Lee movie he was in?
It was Enter the Dragon. No, it wasn't Enter the Dragon. It was the movie about Bruce Lee's life.
Yeah. Like, there's stuff like that he was good, but he was like Texas Walker Ranger. He just
my little brother's sensei trained Chuck Norris.
Really?
Yeah. My little brother's sensei, his left hand, because that's his punch hand, is like the size of a fucking softball because he's broken it and had it healed, because that's how you do martial arts, is to deaden the nerves.
Yeah.
So like I shook his hand and his right hand was bigger than mine and I was like, whatever, and then I looked at his left hand and it was just like a solid mass designed for knocking you out with one punch. But anyway, so then you got the next tier, which is like your Sylvester Stallones, your JCVDs. Then you got your top tier, which is like Arnold. Then you have Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan is the top of the pyramid. He is
the thing about
best.
The thing about Jackie Chan too is he hates all his American movies. He like admits that they were all for money.
But Rush Hour was so good.
Rush Hour was good.
Rush Hour was
they're never gonna make the new Rush Hour.
Dude, Drunken Master was amazing.
Both of them were good.
What's the one?
Drunken Master, then you had Legends of the Drunken Master, which when he was older.
What was the one where he's fighting the white guy in the dining room, and I think Jackie Chan is wearing a black wife beater and black pants, and his counterpart is wearing black pants and a white shirt, and they're fighting in a fucking dining hall, and it's like a 2D fighter.
Are you
like
sure it's not Drunken Master?
No, because he's not drinking.
Yeah, but he doesn't drink at the beginning of the movie.
No, but he winds up drinking to have to fight, because that's how they have that train scene where he's getting drunk underneath the train, dodging the spears.
I don't have my phone, I can't even look it up.
I can look it up, but I don't want to derail the conversation. But anyway, Jackie Chan...
No, but Jackie Chan, the best thing about his fight scenes were they were super real.
There
wasn't like the super ultimate like stamina, where they're just fighting nonstop. Like, in his fight scenes, it felt like they were getting tired. Like, he did all his natural stunts and everything.
There's a documentary on YouTube you can watch where they break down exactly why Jackie Chan is the best when it comes to fight scenes. And it's because, okay, so they'll do a wide shot, and you'll see a cart, a ladder, and a window. And then they cut to Jackie fighting by the cart, and he does something with the cart. But the cart keeps rolling to the ladder, and the camera doesn't really stay with the cart, but it shows you that the cart's moving while they're fighting. To get to the ladder, he uses the cart to jump to the ladder, right? And it's very organic and fluid. Yeah. And then guess what he set up next was the window. So he rides the ladder down to the and it's like it looks like one big fluid motion. And he does another thing where his action scenes, which is a very common thing with American films, is okay, frame one, and then it cuts to you going, ugh, and then it cuts to me finishing the punch. Whereas Jackie Chan films, they don't cut it out.
That's what I'm saying. It's a real fight.
It looks good.
And the cool thing about Jackie Chan is too, like, he started out as like a Chinese kind of dance.
Well, him and young Sammo Hung got abducted by the Chinese government and forced to.
Yeah, they were doing like the Chinese operas and all that.
They were elected to go to the Chinese School of Gymnastics, where they were beaten until they were super good.
So that's where like a lot of his like choreography came from, because he was so used to doing it on stage and all that.
Because he would get beaten if he got young.
So the fight scenes, it was all choreography and fight scenes is fluid movements between each person. That's why a lot of American fight scenes are very choppy, because you just have like the you have the punch and the guy just goes ha. When the punch is like up here,
if a camera has to cut 5 times for one punch, it's not a good punch.
But the worst thing about American fight scenes is a lot of the punches, if you watch them, they're above the head. They're not even going for the person.
Yeah.
That's like a lot of sword fights.
Or it's very visible that I'm doing this.
It's a lot of sword fights, or a lot of like, even Star Wars has a lot of things.
Nowadays, it's lasers.
But a lot of Star Wars, like the prequels, it looks like they're attacking like a part that's not even where they are, just so we can get a block and make it look fancy. And Jackie Chan's movies are like, you feel like every punch and everything going towards it.
Jackie Chan might be... He's definitely my favorite action star.
Yeah.
Even the new one he did where he's like an old ex-Viet Cong fighting an old ex-IRA, Irish... ILA? Whatever, you know, the people that did the Great Terror or whatever.
What do you think of Jet Li?
Great, he's great. He's just not Jackie.
Yeah.
Just like Donnie Yen.
IP Man?
The Force is with me and I am with the Force, you know.
Yeah.
That guy, like, he's pretty great, just not Jackie.
Yeah.
Sammo Hung, just not Jackie.
Jackie Chan's just ridiculous because he like takes everything into his own. He's kind of like Tom Cruise.
He is definitely the Chinese.
He's the Chinese version of Tom Cruise.
Just
where he's
a little
like,
more celebrated.
Just to let me do it. He's a little better, of course, because he's not going to jump off something. Actually, no, it's a lie. He broke a lot of bones.
No.
Especially in Rumble in the Bronx, he had like a stunt where he like broke his arm or something.
I'll say Jackie Chan is better at action than Tom Cruise, but Tom Cruise is just an overall better actor.
Oh yeah, because you could put Tom Cruise in any movie,
and he'll fucking excel.
Jackie Chan's just like, I need to be in these movies that are
even that one that I was talking about, him and Pierce Brosnan, the most recent one I saw of him. He doesn't want to be an action man in the movie, so he plays a very, like, his daughter got killed, so he's seeking revenge, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. He does one action scene, but it's not Jackie dominating the action scene. He gets his fucking ass kicked by 3 guys that are, like, half his age. And, like, he gets thrown through, like, a roof, and he gets kicked off a building and shit, and you're like, damn, Jackie's, like, 60, and he's still doing this shit? It's pretty fucking good.
I just can't imagine doing all that stuff, because even, like, you watch, like, Rumble in the Bronx, they have, like, the outtakes where he's doing all the stuff. He's starting to jump through ladders and stuff. He just gets fucked up, hits his head on the ladder and everything. Okay,
so it's the Jackie Chan versus Benny Uriquida's battle?
Yeah.
This battle's fucking sick. It's just legit looking.
Does it say the movie, though?
Wheels on Meals or something like that. Like, it's legit. It's a legit fight scene.
I think I've watched this just on YouTube.
Oh yeah, everyone's seen this. But like, see how, like,
it's just so smooth. Like
it's so smooth.
The way a lot of Chinese action movies were, they didn't do like what we do now. It's like cut here, cut here, cut here. They like form the camera around where the actual impacts are going to be.
Plot of those movies, the Chinese action films, is not the story; it's the action.
Yeah,
which is what gets John Wick. Why everyone's dick gets hard over John Wick.
John Wick's so good.
Because John Wick, the story is so fucking stupid.
It's simple. It's
a guy kills his dog, so he goes on.
No, it's not about the dog being killed. It's about the symbolism of the wife being like, "This is the last thing of me you're gonna have."
If some guy ran up to you with a 2x4 with symbolism written on it and smashed you in the face, that's the plot of John Wick. But here's the best part about John Wick: doesn't fucking matter. What the best parts of John Wick are him going through that Russian bathhouse, fucking people up.
Like, that's why I get people get so mad at me, like, John Wick 2 and 3 are just not as good. I'm like, dude, they're just like, it's a continuation, like the first movie, and it just escalates.
But every movie has that one scene where you're like, this is what made the movie worth it.
John Wick 3 was full of those scenes.
The horse riding scene was pretty over the top.
It's just like the scene when he's in like the fucking room where you have like the weapons and the things.
Oh, and him and the concierge are defending the hotel. That scene was fucking rad, where they keep going back and forth, and the concierge is like, "Here, 12 gauge," and he catches it, and he's like, "All right."
It's so good. Like the simple character development in those movies is just ridiculous. Like, you don't need to have a lot of time with them, but you know what they're about enough to be able to like.
It's surface level. Well, it's surface level, but the people who are playing them have depth. Whereas when you watch,
the guy who's the main guy who runs it? What's his name?
Oh, I don't know, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
He has the voice like this.
Dude, The
He was in the new
spoilers.
Hellboy and stuff.
Spoilers! When he shoots fucking John Wick off the roof of the building. I saw it coming, but at the same time, I was like, yo, fuck that guy! Because he was such a good... He played it so legit. And then it turns out Lawrence Fishburne isn't dead. And I was like, that's stupid. But it's Lawrence Fishburne.
The Lawrence
so I was
Fishburne
like,
thing, I'm like...
It's stupid, but at the
It's
same
like
time...
there's no way he would live, but...
It's Lawrence fucking Fishburne playing...
It feeds into one of those 80s, 90s action movies where you're like...
Of course he's alive.
It's not even like the whole you can get mad at it. You're like, yes!
Oh, he's back!
Like-
Shit's about to pop
like,
off!
The point I'm trying to make with this whole conversation is I am missing being able to be
That feeling.
excited for movies. Like, being able to be like, yes! Fuck yes! Like, watching fucking, Keanu Reeves movie with Patrick Swayze.
Constantine?
Where he plays the FBI agent.
I need more than that.
I'm so dumb. Where he shoots up in the air. When he gets away, he's like,
Ah!
Yeah.
In the rain?
the fuck was it called?
I don't know, but the only reason I know that is because of Hot Fuzz. They do that scene.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I know that.
Dude, they're gonna make a sequel on that.
Isn't it called, like, Pursuit or something like that?
It's... Going on...
I gotta pee.
Just go out and edit it.
Okay. But, I think what our thing is,
Don't
like...
talk, because I'm just gonna edit it.
Okay.
You fucking idiot. I gotta pee too, so I'm gonna stop and re-record.
Whenever I start stretching, I feel like, Lynchman from Redline. You know how they do, like, the kicks and stuff before they fuck the space station up?
Wait, we're okay? Point Break!
Point Break.
Point Break is what we were thinking of.
Yeah,
It's so good.
forgot where this conversation was going. Oh, Hollywood and personality. I can't think of, like a new age actor with personality that isn't like, lol, look how much of a joke I am.
Do you remember when they thought John Travolta was gonna be something?
Dude, he was on the track to something, then Scientology snapped him up.
He was not the fortunate one of Tom Cruise.
But-
Let's just go on a Tom Cruise rant for a second.
Okay, yeah.
What is your favorite Tom Cruise movie?
Oh, such a difficult
Or you
question.
can even say franchise.
I mean, Top Gun is amazing.
I
Mission
fucking
Impossible
love
is great.
Mission Impossible.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Hot take here. I think Mission Impossible is better than James Bond.
Okay, I'm gonna disagree wholeheartedly. I will
I
say
think it's more consistent than James Bond.
current Mission Impossible is better than current James Bond.
Yeah.
But no Mission Impossible movie will ever be better than Moonraker, Man with the Golden Gun, Thunderball. None of that.
So that's where our movie
No.
differs.
See, the thing about James Bond is hot cars, hot women, world-ending plot, and a smooth-ass motherfucker just walking.
I'm so worried about the new James Bond.
It's not gonna be good. Apparently, Bond's gonna be a black lady, because apparently the term
It's not
Bond,
gonna be Bond. It's gonna be the codename 007.
which is okay, but hey, if you want to make a movie about a black lady being a spy, make your own. Why do you have... The point of James Bond is you're watching this man named James Bond.
I guess the whole plot of this is
He's
James
retired.
Bond retires. They have a new person come in, 007. Then they're like, we need the real James Bond to come in. So it's like kind of
Oh, wait.
Crunch,
Hey
right.
guys, we made a diversity hire and it's not working out. Bring the old white guy back. Like,
It's
what
kinda
the
like, I
fuck?
don't know.
No, that's stupid. How about making like 008?
Yeah.
Because Trevelyan betrayed the team or whatever.
I just want my James Bond to be a super slut, be super cool.
But he was never a slut.
He was a slut.
No. He was a god. He would go to a party, find the hottest chick, seduce her, bang her, not just bang her like he loved her. And he would fall in love with her. Because if you watch any of the James Bonds, it was never just like, I'm fucking you and then leaving. He would fuck her and then protect her.
Instead of the new one, Spectre.
Yeah.
I did that.
Not Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig is a guy about as tall as me, blonde hair, blue eyes.
He's honestly my favorite James Bond.
Better than Pierce?
Yes.
better than
Of course
Sean?
Pierce.
Pierce is one of the best.
No.
Pierce is James Bond.
Pierce is James Bond because you grew up.
But I love Sean Connery as James Bond. Sean Connery's my favorite James Bond, but I will admit Pierce did a better job.
You don't like Casino Royale that much.
No, Casino Royale sucked.
I love Casino Royale.
My thing with
Skyfall.
I didn't like that one either.
What do you like? Fucking what's the second one called? So you don't like any of Daniel Craig ones?
They're not James Bond. They're Born Identity in my mind,
No, because there's no shaker can.
but they're shot the same way.
Oh, I fucking hate it.
Soft colors. The original James Bond is lots of like hard. It's very hard. I don't know how to explain it, but it's very static camera angles, large set pieces, outrageous costumes, outrageous colors.
You can put that towards the way they used to film.
Which is what I like about it.
It's different trends in filming.
Okay, so imagine if they filmed Mandy like they filmed Casino Royale. Soft colors, soft colors. Well, I'm a douche.
I don't know. I love those movies. I think
The fight scene on the train with Batista was cool.
yeah. But even fucking what did we just say the first one was that he did?
Casino?
Casino Royale, like it was just more it
It
wasn't
was
like
such a waste of Mads.
he was fine.
I cry tears of blood and I play gambling sometimes.
Can we say how good Mad Nixon is?
The-
Did you ever see Hannibal?
No.
It's such a good show.
Have you seen The Hunt?
No.
That's such... He gets accused of being a pedophile.
Yeah, I know what it is. I haven't seen it
Oh,
yet.
it's so good.
Because it's subtitled, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Foreign film.
Which is why I'm dumb and I haven't watched it yet.
Did you see... It's not called Viking Holocaust. I think it's called Valhalla Rising. Have you ever seen that?
He's in that?
It's like 3 hours long.
I know it is. I didn't know he was in it, though.
And the only reason the movie ended is because they ran out of money. But it was supposed to go for hours more after that. I watched it with my little brother the first time he came back from boot camp. And when it came to the scene where they're on mushrooms raping each other, he turned to me and he went, "It's a really weird movie, Chris." And I was like, "I forgot about this scene." And he goes, "No, it's like good. It's like weird
So
good."
your brother's like, this is what I want to do.
Well, yeah, I mean, me and him could eat mushrooms and we'll go to the beach and fuck each other, I guess. That's what happens in the movie. It's fucking crazy. Christians land on the New World and the Indians overpower them. Because the Christians are just... These are like the lunatic fringe Christians. Like the ones who are like, we gotta kill you because Jesus said so.
You need to watch the Hannibal show.
Yeah, I know, it's up there.
It's better than all the movies.
Better than Silence?
Yes.
I doubt that.
Watch it.
Does anyone get cum thrown in their face?
Kinda.
No, like, do they get cum thrown in their face?
Just watch it.
I'm gonna say no to that because they wouldn't do that in modern TV.
No, that's why it got canceled.
Because someone threw cum in someone's face?
No, because it was too fucking brutal for NBC, so they're like, we need to get rid of the show.
Wait. The NBC or for?
NBC. It was on NBC.
Right. But you said pho, which is a Vietnamese ramen dish.
I hate you so much.
I'm gonna teach you to speak correctly, not Rhode Island. You wouldn't do that.
Just trying to balance
Too
it.
much in it.
Yeah. No, but to end this, top 5 action stars of the 90s.
Top 5 90s action stars.
Keanu counts because Matrix came out in 99.
Okay, so, well, Jingle All the Way came out in 94, so Arnold.
That's one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Keanu. Tom Hanks, Saving Private Ryan. Pretty sure that was 90s. Pretty sure. What am I at? 3? Wesley Snipes, Blade.
Oh my god, Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. Yeah.
Wow, we didn't even talk about Wesley Snipes.
Do we want to talk about Wesley Snipes?
That's for another conversation.
He was made an example of.
That'll be our talk when we do disgraced actors.
Wesley Snipes was made. The only reason he got caught for tax fraud is because they needed a sacrificial lamb, and he drew the short stick.
If you have not seen Demolition Man, watch that and see how badass Wesley Snipes is.
And you know what's the best part is, you know how they talk about the fast food wars? Every region that the movie was released, a different company won the fast food wars.
Really?
So we saw it on the East Coast.
So it wasn't just Taco Bell?
It wasn't. In the UK, it was Burger King. In Russia, it was like Pizza Hut. Like in China, it was like the fucking Pagoda, you know, whatever, Panda Express. Like they changed it. It's like the Clue movie where each region that it was released, it had a different ending.
Dude, Burger King is having a recumbence.
What?
A recumbence.
What is that?
A resurgence.
There we go.
A recumbence is
it's not a fucking.
It's a resurgence, but it just fucking makes you.
It's full of.
It's so good. It's a Chad word, just like agility.
So your name's not Chadwick. It's Chad.
It's Chad.
It's not Chadworth.
I promise you, it's not anything other than Chad.
It's not Chaddington.
No.
It's not Le Chad.
Anyway, I love my favorites are Arnold, Jean-Claude Van Damme, fucking
JCVD. I know you said that. Arnold.
Said that.
JCVD.
Keanu Reeves, Nicolas Cage. You left out Nicolas Cage.
He's not really an action star though.
He is.
Face Off, Con Air.
A lot of his movies are action movies.
A lot of his movies are him.
We never talked about Mandy. We'll do a Mandy discussion one day.
Also you gotta see Leaving Las Vegas so we can have a Leaving Las Vegas. Because that movie is heavy.
Hot take here. Sylvester Stallone's not that great.
I liked him in Rocky, I liked him in Rambo, and I liked him in The Expendables, but anything else is bad.
At least Arnold.
Over the Top, the arm wrestling one. Fuck out of here.
No, they're bad movies.
You know who failed?
Dolph Lundgren.
Well, he's got a. Hot take. I like the He-Man movie.
I haven't seen it.
It's a canon. Oh God, we have to talk about canon films. You don't know anything about canon films. We have to sit down and watch some canon movies, and then we need to watch that documentary about canon. And you need to figure out like why these two Israeli guys who made one successful movie scammed Hollywood so fucking hard and made some of the best, worst movies ever. They made Invasion USA. They made La Bamba or La
Like
Bamba.
Howard the Duck.
No,
Oh.
that was Lucas.
Oh.
They made some movie where some chick gets raped for real on camera, and everyone got like super sad about it. But they're like, it's art, and it's the 70s, you know. Marina Sirtis, who plays Deanna Troi, was in one of their films, and she's supposed to be laying naked on the ground while the ghost rapes her. But it took like 7 hours to film it. And the director, who was one of these Israeli guys, refused to let her get a blanket on. So she was just like laying in like the freezing cold for like 7 hours, and like the crew actually had to like physically remove the director so she could get like warm and stuff like that.
It's pretty fucked.
Yeah. One of the directors, most of his films run like snuff films, and the other director runs like cheesy Marvel films. It's like canon.
So what we're trying to say is the Just Your Average Culture Cast. Cult culture.
Yeah.
You have me fucking up now.
Mm-hmm.
Cult culture is going to be...
It's going to be probably just me and Chad talking about shit we like in movies.
Yeah, it's going to be movie discussions. It's not going to be anything, no reviews. We'll just talk about...
We'll do reviews if we both see a movie at the same time.
It's going to be more what we think about it. We're not going to be like, 5 out of 10, 10 out of 10.
No star system.
No, it's going to be like, if you want, just fucking watch the movie if you think what we talked about was cool.
Basically, avoid it, rent it, buy it.
Yeah.
There you go. Most of the movies I talked about are rent it.
Yeah.
I mean, buy Leaving Las Vegas, because it's a good movie to show to people, and it's not always streaming.
Mm.
It's just like a good movie where you're like, geez, you can't even... It's like a movie where like it's not a first date movie, but it's like a fifth date movie where you're like, hey, you want to see something like deep? Because like that movie's about a man drinking.
But I definitely want to do a horror series where we do like Halloween, we do Nightmare Before... No, wow. You can punch me in the face for that.
Nightmare Before Christmas is technically a horror film.
Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't grow up with horror movies because I was a pussy and I had nightmares all the time. I didn't get into horror until like my late teens, early 20s.
So I'm just gonna make you watch them.
I've seen most of them now, but I didn't see them when I was a kid. So when I was like,
we are gonna talk about Alien.
The first time I saw Hellraiser, I wasn't watching it like this is scary. I was watching Hellraiser, going, "Oh, that's a fucking cool camera angle. Oh, that's a cool special effect."
Hellraiser's a weird movie.
Hellraiser's great.
Like the first one's great, then it's just
and then it goes off the wall, stupid. But like,
just at least like Jason, you can kind of have like.
But how many Jasons are there? 20? 26? 3 of them are good?
7, I think.
No, because H2O is the 20th one.
No, that was Halloween, bro.
What
was Michael Myers.
What's the one? Jason X is the one where he's in space.
Dude, that's a great
10.
movie. Fuck you. That was awesome.
It is. Again, like I said, 3 of them are great.
But Jason Takes Manhattan.
Bad. He never goes to Manhattan.
So good, though.
But he never goes to Manhattan.
That was my first Friday the 13th movie.
But he never goes.
He goes eventually.
No! He goes on a ferry and he hangs out in Jersey, but he never goes to Manhattan.
My first Leprechaun movie was when he goes to space and the guy fucks the girl after he kills the leprechaun. And
Dude,
the leprechaun ends up coming out of his dick, and I remember being like a fucking 12-year-old being like, holy shit!
I never saw a Leprechaun movie, because in my mind I was like...
Have you never seen any of them?
Yeah. In my mind, I was like, it's a midget, just kick it.
No, we're gonna do a series on the Leprechaun. And you just
Alright, well, then you're gonna watch some of the weird, obscure horror movies I like. Horror.
That's fine.
No, you're gonna be upset.
No, I won't be. After we film, we're gonna watch a movie.
You liked Hardware.
Yeah, it was cool.
I made
it was
you watch
fucked
Hardware.
up, dude.
Pretty good.
Alright, we both get to rewatch Hardware and do a video on that.
I'll do that, yeah.
Yeah. But we're rambling right now.
Yeah.
We're watching Just Ratchet's Cult Culture.
Cast.
Culture.
Spell it with all, we should spell it it should be the Cult Culture Cast, but with all K's.
Joanna.
Nah, that's too easy.
Nah. Basically, cult culture is everybody takes pop culture too seriously, so it becomes a cult fanatic.
Yeah, you explained it in the first video.
Yeah,
we should call this like the.
Fuck you.
We should call this like the DPK or something horrible. The DPK is like the Korean secret police. You know, like we should pick something horrible.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Welcome to the Khmer Rouge podcast.
We also have a real podcast, so watch that. That's more...
It just needs to be, like, twisted towards me. No, I mean, like, physically, like, this. There we go. Now push it back a little. A little more, a little more. Way more. There we go. I can see it.